go. A chance over to the near side. We're going to have to replay this horn. Down low to the near side they go. Battling for possession. Zaka in the offensive end. Going to be over there to Middlestad. Over to Zaka. Zaka, he shoots. He scores! That's a trick. Didn't have to go. Face off. And the gloves drop immediately. We got a fight breaking out here. Kostelic giving some punches up against Sam Carrick. They're right at the center ice. Going to be a big shot and a big win by Mark Kostelic as he gets ripped down by Carrick after the fight. That's going to be an added penalty. That's going to be a game misconduct, I think, for Carrick. And the Devils are going to clear that zone over to the near side. Here comes Heischer on a chance. A shot. Denied. Rebound shot. What a save by Carter Hart. Waiting for it is, I believe it's going to be, it's not going to be Marner in front of the net. Here comes a chance. A shot. He scores! It's going to be Paul Cotter on the first shootout. Taking it in towards the net. Going to make a shot. Deflected by Carter Hart. Jesper Bratt moving in. He takes a shot. He scores! Jesper Bratt gets the first goal of the shootout. The Devils have a 1-0 advantage. Here we go. Mark Stone. No attempts this season on the shootout. Here's his first. Moving into the near side, over to the far. He shoots and it's gloved by Jake Allen. Mitch Marner, ready to go. Taking it in from the near side. Working around with speed to the far. He goes and he scores! Oh no, did he double shoot it? Yeah, it's correct. Gloves immediately coming off. We got a fight right here at the beginning. Who is that? Is Zadorov and number 47, that's Struble, going at it right at the opening whistle. And here we go, Zadorov laying a couple of fists, and it's going to be back against the boards on the near side. A couple fists going either direction. Still clinging onto each other over on the far side. Now they're all the way back into the Bruins offensive end. Still on their feet, still laying punches. Helmet comes off of Struble, and still laying some punches to Zadorov. And now Struble trying to get back in this fight, but Zadorov is absolutely dominating it, and they break it up on the boards. Up to the top of the zone, over to Mantha, intercepted, and here comes a breakaway chance for the Flames. He shoots, he scores. Connor Zary getting the first goal of the game on a breakaway after an interception. There's the goal horn. There it is. I was wondering when that was going to proc. But yeah. Going to take the draw and going to be won by the Pens. That's going to be Kindle. Up to the near side to Shea. Shea working down low. Going to try and take it behind the net. Trying to create some room. Over to the far side. To the top of the zone. Over to St. Ivan. He sends a shot. Deflected. Oh, I thought that was in the net. It went over to the far side. Battling down low in front of chance. A shot. He goes!
He will not be denied twice. He will not be denied twice.
Billy Quinn, let's freaking go. That's how you do it, my boy. Passing back over to Novak. Novak taking it around over to the far side. Going to try and connect with Chinikov if he can. But here we go. Oh, boy. Here we go. Over to the near side. Carlson passing across. A chance. A shot. Guys, winner. Let's freaking go, baby. Save the kid.
Took it on his took it on his shoulder and said, "Let me just clear this one."
That is how you do it. Send the kid clearing the Penguins bench. Let's let that horn sing, baby. That is how you do it. The Pens pulling a comeback win off and not blowing it. That is how you freaking do it. That is how the Pittsburgh mother-loving Penguins do it. If they keep playing like this, we'll be covering Penguins hockey late into the summer. Let's go! The Pittsburgh Penguins getting a big overtime goal. Ready to roll. Face off in the Pens offensive end. Going to be taken back by the Red Wings. Sider along the far side boards. Up through the far side. Battling into the neutral zone. Taken back by the Pens to the near side. Here comes Crosby. Looking to pass it across. Ice a chance. A shot. He's gone! Russ! Front of the net, working with that puck, clearing it out at Kindle. A chance, a breakaway. He shoots. He scores! Igor Chinikov getting his first goal as a Penguin. Let's go, baby! 2-0 Penguins. Let's go! That is how you freaking do it. How's it going, everybody? I am Jason of Jason's Realm here today, bringing you live play-by-play coverage and reactions to the St. Louis Blues taking on the Minnesota Wild. This game taking place in St. Paul, Minnesota, in the Twin Cities, and features a playoff contender, a playoff lock, up against a team that has no clue what they're doing. In the words of a certain president, they don't know what they're doing. You know, just saying. The Blues kind of look like a directionless team, a directionless mess right now. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here. I would say pretty handedly this game's going to go to Minnesota, but we have seen a lot of craziness when it comes to just parity in the league this year. It has been unleveled parity that we have seen in the NHL. So we're hoping for a bit of an upset here, hoping for a pretty good game. We're pulling for the Blues for our boy John. He is a big Blues fan. The 29 St. Louis Blues taking on the 35, 15, and 10 Wild. Ready to roll here in St. Paul, Minnesota, Grand Casino Arena. Should be a fun one here between these two teams. Again, a lot of parity in the NHL this year, so it would not shock me if we see the Blues play this one very close. But if I had to take an honest score prediction, I'm taking the Minnesota Wild all day, every day, by a final score of about 3-1. I think the Blues aren't going to get it blanked. But let's go ahead and see what Dougbot has to say about this. Yo, what's good, my homie Dougbot? How you doing, brother? We are getting ready now to cover the St. Louis Blues taking on the Minnesota Wild in St. Paul, Minnesota. This should be a pretty fun game, even though the Blues don't know what they're doing and are trying to figure out what they got talent-wise, and the Wild are all but a playoff lock. It should be a fun game. What are your thoughts on this game? Who gets the win? What's the final score? And what is your best food comparisons for these teams? Ah, shoot. I just realized Dougbot picked up none of that because this is plugged in. Oh, there goes my phone. What's up, phone? Oh, I gotta send a video. I need to check that video out soon, but let's see. Let's try Dougbot again. Yo, what's good, my homie Dougbot? How you doing, brother? Now we're getting ready to do some live play-by-play coverage and reactions to the St. Louis Blues that don't know what they're doing, trying to rebuild something and figure out what talent they got, against a bona fide playoff lock in the Minnesota Wild. This game taking place in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I need your thoughts. Who wins the game? What's the final score? And what is your best food comparisons for these two teams? All right, we'll see what Dougbot says about that. In the meantime, I'm going to check out this video that was just texted to me. Shut up.
See, we hire young.
Shut up. There you go. Let's see what he has to say.
Jason, let me tell you, I'm doing just stupendously magnificent, and I hope you are too, folks. Now, the St. Louis Blues, they've been trying to rebuild, and let me tell you, it's a bit like cackling Kamala's attempt to convince us she's competent. You call them the St. Louis BBQ Blues because they're trying to sauce up their play with some fresh
Devin,
talent,
as much as I would
but
love
it's
to
still
show
not
the,
quite
the
ready
game,
for a
I
real
can't because
presidential
of copyright,
dish.
unfortunately.
And then you've
I'll
got the
do my best
Minnesota
play-by-play.
Wild, the team from Creepy Tim Waltz's Paradise, St. Paul, the Minnesota Cheese Curds. That's what I'd call them because, let's face it, they're cheesy and always trying to stick it to the competition. A playoff lock they may be, but, you know, I'm never really impressed by anything coming out of Minnesota except for a proper bratwurst when I'm in town. They do bratwurst well, just like the bratwurst bangers from Milwaukee, but NHL style. I predict the Wild will win this one, Jason, by a score of 4-2. It's going to be quite the showdown, but the Wild, they've got that playoff edge right now, kind of like the Pittsburgh Steelers in the NFL. Remember, you heard it from Dougbot, the greatest sports analyst. Let's see how they will handle that puck.
See.
Make hockey great again.
Oh my gosh. We love Dougbot. He'll say the best things.
But yeah, Devin, as much as I would love to show the game, unfortunately, due to copyright, I don't want to get taken down by an RSN. So I unfortunately can't show the game, but I do provide the best play-by-play that I possibly can. So hopefully that works for you. I'd love to show the game and commentate over it, but unfortunately I can't because of copyright. So, but I mean, I am pulling for the Blues though on this. We got a big Blues fan that always likes to pop in. So I'm pulling for the Blues for John. We're about 7.5 minutes from puck drop though. That's the one thing with the NHL. Game starts at 5. Puck drop is actually at about 5:13. You know. Oh man, but let's dive down his response. Let's break it down here. Let's see. He said the bot. Oh my gosh, he went all in everywhere. Stupendously magnificent is how he's doing. Now the St. Louis Blues, they've been trying to rebuild. Let me tell you. It's a bit like cackling Carmilla's attempt to convince she's competent. Oh my gosh, the St. Louis Barbecue Blues is what he's calling them. Oh my gosh. And then you got the Wild, and he brings in Tim Walz, of course. Oh my gosh, the Minnesota Cheese Curds. Oh my gosh, they're cheesy and always trying to stick it to the competition. Oh my gosh. That one was kind of loaded, but he's taking the Wild 4-2, which isn't too far off of me. I'm taking the Wild 3-1. So we're kind of in lockstep. Yeah, we are kind of in lockstep on this one. Taking a look at the poll in the chat so far, we've had 2 votes over there, and y'all are split 50-50. So you're for the Blues. I would love to see the Blues win. I think realistically Minnesota gets the win, but I would love to see Minnesota, and I'm pulling for them. Being a Penguins fan, this game has literally no impact on the Penguins, but I would rather see the Blues win because we got John, a longtime viewer of the channel. He is a massive St. Louis sports fan. So when there's no Pittsburgh element, we pull for St. Louis. So, yes, I'm pulling for St. Louis in this one. Don't really have a horse in the race, but like to see them win. So, we will see what this game has in store. It should be pretty fun, though. Our starting goalies are going to be Joel Hofer against Philip Gustafsson. So, should be a good matchup there. Joel Hofer, we've seen him play some pretty solid games. Then, again, I've also seen him in person, and he sucked. But... oh, goalies have their up and downs. Goalies in the NHL are like kickers in the NFL. They can be so good for so long, and then they just have a bad game, or they just completely fall apart a la Sergei Bobrovsky. Yeah, don't know what's going on with him, but he is having one of the worst years I have seen him have. It's crazy. I picked him up in fantasy thinking, oh, well, it's Bobrovsky. He's amazing. He's a lock. Not this year. See, I put money on them. I'm for the Montreal Canadiens, but I don't know if they're even good. The Canadiens are pretty solid. They should be a playoff team or close to it. They'd be at least on the bubble, but they have a chance at even being in as a top 3 team in the Atlantic, not just a wild card team. So, overall, Montreal looks like a pretty solid bet as well. How far they'll go, I don't know if they can go up against the likes of, your Carolina Hurricanes and your Tampa Bay Lightning, but this is the year where a fluky team is going to make it out of the East. Oh, you meant St. Louis? Oh, oops, my bad, bro. But yeah, St. Louis has, yeah, they are a team that plays hockey. They are a team that plays hockey. They are currently in... Let me double check here real quick. Bro, what? Why did Spotify pause? What? This should go. There we go. I wanted to have my Spotify in the background for my stuff. But yeah, St. Louis, let me pull up the standings here real quick. St. Louis is currently last in the Central Division, and they are 2 points behind Chicago. They are second to last ahead of Vancouver. Personally, I think Minnesota's going to win. Minnesota is the better team on paper, so in theory, they should pull the win. But we've seen crazy things in the NHL this year. We've seen, the Rangers take down the Penguins at home somehow. We've seen, the craziest of things. Vancouver or teams like them, like the Jets, the Flames, the Blues have even pulled off some pretty good, impressive wins. So, that being said, it really is an up-in-the-air thing. Logically, though, I think it should be Minnesota with the win, but it's always possible. In the NHL this year, it ain't over till it's over. So, grab myself, grab one of these bad boys, one of these hauls. These things keep me going on my long stream days. Okay. But yeah, it should be a pretty fun game here today. Taking a look around the rest of the league. Speaking of the Blackhawks, they are up 1-0 over the Mammoth with 14:06 to go in the second period. Taking a look, that goal was by Teuvo Teravainen. Meanwhile, the Jets also up 1-0 over the Sharks, with Barron getting the goal for the Jets. You're watching on what? I am watching on ESPN Plus. I have ESPN Plus, so it is available there. It's also available on FanDuel Sports Network in St. Louis and whatever the RSN provider is for Minnesota. I don't know what that is offhand, but those are the areas you can find this game. The easiest is your ESPN Plus, and that's where I'm watching it, so. But yeah. As they are doing the national anthem right now. And we should be ready to rumble. You can take a look here at the other games that we got going on as well at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So about halfway through this one, we will have the Panthers drop puck against the Islanders. And then as soon as this game wraps up, thereabout, the Calgary Flames are going to take on the Anaheim Ducks in Anaheim. So a nice little loaded slate today. Although I would say the biggest game of the day has already happened. That being between the Penguins and the Golden Knights, where Pittsburgh just, absolutely smothered Vegas. Artur Shilov's actually got second star of the game on that. Wow. Man. But yeah, we'll see who ends up getting the first goal here. Really, the way this game is going to go is it's probably going to go on a game of momentum. Whoever ends up pulling out that first goal could run away with this, especially if it's Minnesota. So we'll see what ends up happening. We also got the drugged out Quinn Hughes, or the seemingly drugged out Quinn Hughes, who always seems to be seeing some ghosts on the bench. We'll be seeing him get some action tonight. But here we go, taking a look at the goalie comparison. They are pretty decent. Gustafsson much better than Hofer. Hofer boasting an .897 save percentage and .287 goals against, and 13-11-3. Gustafsson is 21-9-6, 260 goals against, and a .910 save percentage. But Hofer has 4 shutouts to only 3 for Gustafsson. But here we go. The opening face-off here, just mere moments away. So here we go. From St. Paul, Minnesota, this game getting underway. Taking a look at these benches here, looking at the players on the ice, focusing Tyler Tucker right now for the Blues. Center ice draw here to get us going. The Blues going to go from left to right, the Wild from right to left. Face-off won by the Blues, taking it out the far side, and a bit of aggressiveness near the Wild bench early in this one as the puck goes skittering away into the Wild's end. Moving it to the near side, pass intercepted by the Blues, punching it back in, Quinn Hughes taking it back for Minnesota. Working at the near side, punching it up, on a chance, quickly, shot from the point. Nice job by Hofer to deflect it, but could not control it. Puck goes loose behind the net to the near side. Taken by Minnesota to the point, Quinn Hughes. Wing-to-wing pass and back again. Hughes working down the near side, shot, and it's going to get redirected in front of the net. Still no goal. Puck goes loose to the far side. St. Louis taking it out the other way with some speed, but going to get tripped up by Brock Faber is Philip Broberg. Over to the near side and to the far corner. Here come the Wild. Moving it up the far side of the ice, And it's going to be a nice little play by Hofer to play it to the near side for the Blues. Moving it out of the end. Wing-to-wing pass deflected by the Wild. Taken back by St. Louis in the D end. Over to the near side through center. Trying to hit Snuggerud. Over to the near side. Down low. Nice check delivered on the near corner. Out of the Wild defensive end. Here comes Minnesota. Moving it up now. Going to be Joel Eriksson Ek. Passing it around. And going to be loose in the defensive end, where it's going to be punched out for the Blues to take at center ice. Moving it around now to the near side. Punching it into the offensive end, but the Wild take it back. Wing to wing and up the ice they move it for the Blues to take it back. Tyler Tucker going wing to wing down low in the defensive end to Matthew Kessel. Over to the near side. Clearing it up and clearing it out, and it's going to be a Blues icing. All right. Taking a look at some of the opportunities early in this one already. The Wild having a few solid quality chances. And here we go. Face off on the near circle to Hofer's right. Won by the Blues. Up through center they go. Punching it into the offensive end. No icing. Over to the far corner. Played by Zach Bogosian. Over to the near side. The Wild trying to get it out of the zone. Over to the far side of the end it goes. Taken back by the Wild. Clearing it out to the near side. Going to connect there with number 22, Danila Yurov. Wing to the far side. Back again to the near. Trying to punch it up. Here come the Wild. Moving it into the offensive end. Back in behind the net of Joel Hofer. Playing it to the near side. Here come the Blues. Punching it through the offensive end. Behind Gustafson they go. Over to the far side. Tied up on those boards near the circle. Taken back by the Wild. Over to the near side to Quinn Hughes. Moving it up the ice and into the offensive end. They're going to send it. Taken back by the Blues. Moving it up the far side. Circling back, trying to create some room is Cam Fowler. Over to the near side they go. Punching it through center. And over on the far side into the offensive end they go. Sending it around to the near side. Shot! Not going to go. Over to the far corner. Now trying to move it out here on the near side. And that puck is going to be maintained by the Wild. Punching it all the way back out. Played into the near corner now. Here come the Blues. Moving it up the other way. Off of the stick of Robert Thomas. Into the offensive end to Snuggerud. Down low behind the net to the far side. Tossing it over to Justin Falk. Along, driving it into the net. Can't get a shot off there is going to be Thomas. Over to the point. A pass. Looking to pass it down to the near side. Bringing it in. Cycling around is Broberg. Over to the point again. That's going to be taken over to the far side and goes loose. Taken back by Matt Zuccarello and the Wild to the near side. Pass intercepted by the Blues, and they are going to be offsides. Okay. Let's see. So we'll see here, taking a look at the ice time this shift. Oh, you got Falk, Broberg, Kyrou, Bushnevich, and Neighbors. Great job. Well, thank you. Thank you, Devin. I appreciate that. Glory goes back to God, man. Back to Christ for giving me the gift. Here we go. Waiting on the face-off on the near side. Matt Zuccarello going to take it up against, I believe that's going to be Bushnevich. And won by the Wild in the defensive end. Hughes goes wing to the far side through center into the offensive end. A breakaway chance. Shot denied by Hofer. Taken by Broberg and punched out of the zone quickly. But Brock Faber gets it for the Wild to the near side to Hughes. Hughes back again to the far side into the offensive end for Kirill Kaprizov. Passing to Zuccarello. Trying to move it around behind the net and around to the near side. Tied up, waiting, no penalty going to be called. Played back in behind the net. Kaprizov pass intercepted, taken back by the Blues. That pass from Kyrou, now trying to move it up the ice. Into the offensive end, they're going to go onside. Trying to find somewhere to move it around that far side is Neighbors to the point. Over to the near side, driving it in. Trying to connect with Mailou into the corner to the near side. Trying to punch it out now, and the Wild come away with it. Wing-to-wing pass, Brock Faber. Going to go wing-to-wing back in behind the net to the near side to Quinn Hughes. Trying to move it up ice, he does. Passing it up, but the Blues take it back all the way to the defensive end. trying to move it out with some room. Mailou on the pass. Up on into the offensive end they go to the near side. Driving it in, trying to find a lane, passing back off the stick of Dalibor Dvorsky. Down low, Snuggerud cannot quite get to it. Taken back by Dvorsky. Shot, not going to go. A nice little save, or actually not a save, but deflection up into the netting off of Gustafson. So a nice little run there. A couple of chances for the Blues. The Blues are really making some chances early in this one. They are really being aggressive. They're going out there and getting it. Yes, it almost cost them on the breakaway by Kaprizov, but that's the price you got to pay whenever you're running a game against a team like this. You just got to trust your goalie. Your goalie's got to be able to handle it. So Robert Thomas missing the last 13 games, losing the faceoff. Wait a minute, we got a false draw. Never mind. Okay. So here we go. We got a near side circle face-off ready to roll. Face-off going to be won by the Blues up to the point. Losing it back all the way to their defensive end. Giving chase. That's going to be Cam Fowler. Back over to the near side. Trying to move it up. Wing to wing. Up through center they go. Dumping it up into the offensive end and going for a change are the Blues. Mailou and Fowler needing to get a change at some point as they've been on the ice for over a minute. A shot by Mailou, and that's going to be their change as Gustafson makes the save. That's the thing I like about FanDuel Sports Network. They will show how long each player's been on the ice consistently for the team, for the network. So, like, I'm watching the Blues broadcast, and they'll tell me who's on the ice for the Blues and for how long. That makes my job a lot easier. Even though, yes, I got these call sheets, it's good to know how long they've been on the ice, too. So here we go. Face off in the near side in the Blues offensive end. Dvorsky going to get the boot, so Suter going to take the draw now. And that face-off won by the Wild. Taking it back down low is Jake Middleton to the far side. Battling for that puck, the Blues keeping it in the offensive end. Behind Gustafson to the far side, Quinn Hughes, I believe. Over to the far side, moving it along the benches, right in front of the Wild bench. Trying to free that puck up as Tyler Tucker alongside number 22, going to be Pius Suter. And over to the near side, Jaws loose. Moving it up through center, tied up now in front of the scorer's bench. And trying to free it up. Moving it along now into the defensive end of the Wild, where Minnesota is going to clear it out and taken back by the Blues at the far side in the defensive end. Up through center they go, punching it now into the offensive zone, taken back by the Wild. They're going to clear the zone over to the near side, and they are going to get hit with an icing. Okay. Let me go ahead and do something here real quick. There you go. There we go. Bro, it's like, why is Spotify trying to transmit audio? So here we go. Shot from the point off the draw. Not going to go. Over to the far side. Trying to move it down low. And trying to get back high again for the Blues. They do from the point shot. Not going to make it there. Faber moving it out for the Wild. Now carrying it up into the offensive end. Dumping it in. Going to get it back is going to be the Blues off of Justin Falk. Over to the far side. Sundqvist, I believe that is. Yep. Moving it into the offensive end he goes. Into the far corner. That's off the stick there of Torpchenko. Behind the net they go. Wrapping it to the far side. And shot from the corner. Not going to go. Over to the near side. Falk getting on to that. Down low with a chance. Moving it around now. And tied up for that puck. Still down low. Now the Wild coming away with it. Over on the far side, wing to wing now to the near. Taken back by Pavel Buchnevich. Moving it up the near side through center. Into the offensive end they go. Trying to punch it in for a goal, but taken back by the Wild. Up through center with speed. Zuccarello passing back. Shot, not going to go. Wide left. Over to the near side, the Blues kicking it out. Into the offensive end, taken back by the Wild. Here comes some speed into the offensive end off of the stick there of Hartman. Passing across, down now to the point. Wing to wing there from Hunt. and taking it towards the net. Not going to go. Over to the near side, back up to the point, and all the way back to the defensive end. Over to the near side, trying to move it out, and taken back by Fowler. Over to the near side, the Blues with possession, trying to move it out the other way. Here comes Snuggerud, wing to wing. In the defensive end, the Blues got 5, trying to move it to the near side. Over to Falk. Into the offensive end, the puck bounces into the corner, down low, over to the far side. Along the boards, tied up, wing to wing. Here comes a Wild. That center ice losing control, back over to the Blues. Over to the near side with over 8.5 minutes gone in this first period. Over to the near side, ready to rumble. Wing to wing from Falk. Over to the far side, passing up into the offensive end with a chance. In the corner, losing control of that puck to the Wild. Moving it out is Faber. Passing back down low. And wing to wing over to the far side to Faber again. Up through center. Into the offensive end behind the net of Hofer. Over to the near side. Now the Blues not able to control it. Taken back by the Wild. Close out of this here. So here we go. From the point, the Wild. Hughes sending it down, pass intercepted. Taken back up by the Blues. What's good, Joe the Smile? How you doing, man? And into the offensive end, down low, trying to get a pass up high in front of the net. Up to the point, taken for the Blues by Matthew Kessel. Shot not going to go. Over to the far side, along the boards down low. Moving it around and into the corner. Back up and around the boards they go. Man, the snooze and the Wild. What's good, Sports Predictor? So here we go to the far side. The Blues passing across center. Over to the near side to the offensive end down low. Not able to fully connect. Taken back the other way by Tyler Pitlick and company. Working it around the far side. And here come the Wild along the benches. Clearing it up. Taken back by the Blues. Out of their own end to the near side. Moving it up and clearing it through. You messed it up? Oh, here we go. The near side behind the net of Hofer to the far side. Trying to move it around. Pitlick in there as well. Trying to jar it free. And it's going to be back into the corner. Trying to see how that's going to come loose. It goes to the far side. Taken back by the Wild behind the net to the near. Wrapping it around. Not going to go. Over to the near side. Down low. Up to the high area in front of the net. Wing to wing pass. The snooze and the mild. Over to the far side. The Wild going to try and take it back into the defensive end. Behind the net. Trying to create some room. Working with that puck. Moving it out the far side with a chance. Dumping it around the corner to the near side. Kaprizov trying to get there from the top of the zone. Over to the far side along the boards. Moving it out the other way. And the Blues clear it up. Here comes your chance. Over to the near side. Passing across the front. He shoots. He's denied. A great chance there for the Blues. Not able to punch it in. From the point, down low, into the near corner, and we got a whistle. We got Jordan Kyrou. Bro, man, I don't know why. My voice is starting to get a little scratchy again. I don't like it. All right. There we go. So they are stepping away for a commercial. Let's take a look around the rest of the NHL. So taking a look here. The Blackhawks up 3-0 over the Mammoth. And they are still in the second period. Too much cheering on the Pens 5-0 win. That could be it. That could be it. Man, Nick Foligno, Teuvo Teravainen, all getting involved on the Blackhawks scoring sheet here. Meanwhile, the Jets still up 1-0 over the Sharks with 1:38 to go in the second. Let's see. man. So let's see. Taking a look again on X. Let's see. So just taking a look here on X, we have some time. Okay. So again, taking a look at some of the other highlights here for the Blues thus far. Incredible opportunity there. That shot would have been by Broberg trying to get the game's first goal. So to the far side, the Blues with the puck. Trying to bring it around now up to the point. Sending it in with a shot. Not quite going to go. Around the near side. Over to the far. Here come the Blues. Taking it out of the defensive end. That's going to be Tucker. That's Justin Falk, my bad. Back on in behind the net to Falk again. Around to the near side they go. Moving it into the offensive end for the Blues with a chance down low. Around the far side. Trying to work with it around to the top of the zone. And the Wild take it back. Moving it up the other way into the offensive end. Sending it around behind Hofer, who's going to wrap it around the far side. Hoping that the Blues can get possession. They do for now, yes. They clear the zone up in the center ice area. Taken back by the Wild. Both teams going for a change. Nice job here. Hughes passing. Shot by Boldy. Not going to go. Over to the far side. Here come the Blues clearing it all the way out. Racing down. And they are going to beat out the icing. A nice job there. Over to the near side, Hughes. Passing across over to the far side. Down low, dangerous area with that puck. But the Wild do get away with it. And over to the far side, down low, Matt Zuccarello. Passing it towards Kaprizov, not able to connect. Over to the far side, down low to Kaprizov again. Moving it along the boards. From the corner, down low. Down behind the red line. Battling in that low corner, and the puck gets jarred loose. Up to the point to Quinn Hughes to the near side. Shot. And it's loose to the far side, but going to be freed out by the Blues. So Blues clear it out, and it's going to be a St. Louis icing. Okay. So here we go, over to the far side. And around to the near. Looks like they actually waved off that icing. So the Blues into the offensive end. Shot not going to go. Back on in behind the net. Over to the far side. They work. Moving it along. Out of the zone. The Wild do. But the Blues get it right back. Up at center. Passing across the far side. Going to connect down low with Dvorsky. Moving it in. Into the offensive end. Kid not keep control. The Wild getting it back. Up and down the ice they're going. But still no goal just yet. Moving it around to the near side. Here they come. Down into the offensive end, wrapping it around the near side, and the Blues take it out of the zone for now. The Wild still with possession. Under 6 to play here in the period. Around the near side on a pass vertically, up to the offensive end, taken back by Hofer. Around the near side, controlled by the Blues. Back down low, looking for some room to the near side. Goes loose. Quinn Hughes gets it now for the Wild. Passing to the point, not going to connect. And racing for that puck all the way down. Brock Faber chases into his own end. Passing back over to Faber. Over to the near side. Into the neutral zone. Through center to the far side to the offensive end. Moving it in. Passing across. Not able to connect. Working it around now to the near side. Here come the Blues. Into the offensive end to the far side. Moving it around now. Back in behind to the near. Sending it behind the net again. Over on that opposite end. Working with it. Taking it around the near side after wrapping behind the net. And a shot from the corner going to be gloved by Gustafsson. All right. 5:01 to go here in the second. Ooh, that voice sounds a bit clearer. Never mind. Oh, man. Let's see. Taking a look here on X. Okay. Let us see. Let me see here. Again, just taking a look on X. Okay. What in the... Oh yeah, just trying to see here. Okay. Let us see. Let me see. Let us see. I was just trying to take a look on X, see if there's any other news coming out. Okay. We are back here taking a look at Logan Mailloux. All right, so the faceoff won by the Blues. Top of the zone, shot goes wide right. Back on into the near corner down low. Backing around behind the net of Gustafsson over towards the far side. Sending it along the boards. Moving it in down low. Trying to connect. Matt Boldy going to get there now. Over to the near side. Puck goes loose. The Blues able to keep it on in the neutral zone. Sending it over to the near side. The Blues take it back at center. Snuggerud going to pass it over towards the offensive end. And taken back by the Wild off the stick of Marcus Johansson. Behind the net, over to the near side, moving it out. Here comes Johansson again, up through center into the offensive end with that puck. Looking for some help. Around from the point to the near side, Quinn Hughes passing in front, shot chance. Not going to go from the point now. Passing across. Down low along that far side, Quinn Hughes needing some help. Up at the point. Sending it to the near side, wrapping it again. From the point, driving it in, but not able to drive in too aggressively. Nice job by Justin Falk defensively to not let the drive happen. Over to the near side of the point, Hughes wing to wing, over to the far side now to the point to Boldy. Boldy trying to wrap around that far side, along the boards, down low towards the near, they do. Over to Hughes, looking for some help to the near side, finds Faber with a shot. Denied, loose on the rebound, not going to go again. Backing around to the near side to the point. Faber, shot, not going to go. A nice little glove save by Joel Hofer. Okay. So 3:23 to go, and they are stepping away for another commercial. Are you kidding me? How many commercials are they going to step away for? It's kind of crazy, bro. That's kind of crazy. But we'll see here. So again, just taking a look here. Okay. We will see. Just trying to see if there's any other newsworthy things. Okay. Get a little reload on X. Okay. Oh my. But we'll see. What in the... Wow. Okay. So we are back here ready to roll. So let's see. Looking at Joel Hofer here. Justin Falk with 101 blocks this season. And here we go. Face-off going to be one up to the top of the zone, over to Faber to the near side. From the point shot, aggressive play here. The Blues taking it back over to the far side, moving it out the other way. Into the offensive end with a lot of speed, trying to match that speed the Wild had on them. Oh, and we got a whistle for an offside. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. So, far side face off in the neutral zone. And going to be one over to the near side to the far by Minnesota. Into the offensive end, around to the near side. Taking it out now. Here come the Blues. That's going to be off the stick of Toropchenko. Into the offensive end. Back on in behind the net. Over towards the far side still. Battling for that possession. Trying to wrap it out to the point. They do. The Blues trying to move it down low now. Trying to find a little bit of a lane. A passing lane mayhaps. Not quite able to. Broberg and Falk both on near 2-minute shifts. Over to the near side. That puck going to get moved up. And now they're starting to make some shifts here. But still Broberg and Falk out there. Trying to see when they're going to swap out. Looks like now will be the time. Which is good because they've both been out there for about 2 minutes. So here we go. Behind the net. Hofer getting into it a little bit there with one of the Wild players with training. But here we go. The Blues over to the far side. Wing to wing to the near. Kyrou with a shot. Goes off his own teammate off of Kessel. Over to the far side. Trying to hit Tucker. And a shot not going to go. Around the far side. Moving it up the other way. Over to the near side. Here they come. And in front of the net. A nice job there by Hofer to freeze that puck up. A nice job. Okay. Taking a look at Bogosian, one of the 3 players to go without a, without a visor. So here we go. We got a near side draw. And ready to rumble. Offensive zone draw for the Wild. And here we go. Face-off won by the Blues over to the near side. Moving it up over to the far side now through center. And trying to move it up. Here they go into the offensive end of the near side. Snuggerud shot loose on the rebound to the far side. Not going to punch it in the net though. And with 90 seconds to go in the period, we still don't have our game's first goal. 7 shots for the Blues, 5 for the Wild. Over to the near side. Here comes Minnesota. Punching it up through, pass intercepted by Snuggerud. Into the offensive end he goes. Around the near side, looking for a lane. Pass is deflected there by Ryan Hartman. And back in behind the net, we got a penalty coming up against the Blues. The first power play of the game is going to be going to the Minnesota Wild as Robert Thomas is going to the sin bin. Okay. Let's see. So here we go. We got a near side draw. And ready to roll. Face off. Won by the Wild. Hughes up at the top of the zone from the point. Shot. Not going to go. A slap shot going to be easily denied. Okay. So we'll see here. Taking a look here. Okay. So, face-off won by the Blues. Broberg over to the far side, trying to clear it up through to the near side. Matt Boldy taking it down low, passing up to the top of the zone to Hughes. Hughes to the near side, Boldy. Boldy passing across, deflected there by Justin Falk, and moved up the other way. 45 seconds to go in the period, with 1:36 to go in the power play. Over to the far side, along the boards, passing across to Hughes, wing to wing, bend back again. A slap shot from the side, denied, loose over to the near side, and Falk able to punch it up along the boards to Boldy, and tied up down low, taking it now, passing in front, a chance, a shot, and denied. Kirill Kaprizov now with that puck in the corner. 16, 15, 14, still tied up. 13, 12, 11, the Blues clearing it out. 9, 8, 7, 6, Hughes, 5, 4, 3 to the near side. Kaprizov 2, 1, a cross shot, and the period comes to a close with a score. The St. Louis Blues, nothing. The Minnesota Wild, nothing. Shots on goal are favoring the Wild 8-7 at this point in the game. But both goalies have been electric. Okay. We will see. We will see. Okay. So yeah, just again, taking a look at some of the highlights in the first here. Been kind of crazy, bro. Been kind of crazy. Ugh. Big stretch. There we go. First period stretch. Let's take a look around the rest of the NHL. After 2 periods of play, the Jets are up 1-0 on the Sharks, and the Blackhawks are up 3-0 on the Mammoth. Slaggert, Foligno, and Teravainen all getting goals for the Blackhawks. Barron getting a goal for the Jets. The Penguins also winning by a score of 5-0 earlier today against the Vegas Golden Knights. At 6:30 p.m., we got the Panthers taking on the Islanders. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern, we got the Calgary Flames taking on the Anaheim Ducks. So a lot of good hockey to still be played today. Taking just a little bit of a look again on X, see if there's any other news for us to report. Because we want to see what's going on. Let's see here. Let me see. Oh, yep, Jerusalem got hit. Wow. Wow. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Man. Again, just taking a look here. Okay. Let's see. Trying to see here. It's crazy everything that's going on right now, bro. It's crazy. We might do something a little different. I might do a little bit of different content too. Man. Okay. Man. Well, yeah, let's just see here. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, just try and take a look here. Oh, man. But yeah, we will see. So far this period, though, was a really, really solid period of play. I mean, tough whenever you don't got any goals, but hey. Okay. So we'll see here. We will see. Let me see. Taking a look on here. But yeah, just trying to get an idea here. Man. Just trying to get an idea here. We're doing an interview with Robert Thomas. Man. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll see here as to what's going on. Okay. But yeah, we shall see. Ah, son of a gun. Okay. So we shall see. This is crazy, man. But again, so far, not a whole lot of action in the NHL today. Just, you know, a solid amount of games, but nothing like crazy. But we'll take a look here as to what is going on. Okay. But yeah, let's see. Let us see. Okay. But yeah. I mean, both these sides have been doing well. I'd say St. Louis really is playing a lot higher than I would have expected them to. They are really playing some very effective hockey right now in more ways than one. So we'll see if they can keep it going. That is the big question. But I have faith. I have faith they can. Take a look over here real quick. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, just give me 1 second here. Just hitting a couple of comments up. Okay. So we'll see here. Just wanted to take a look at some of the comments on some of the shorts. I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see the response to the verse of the day shorts. That's something that I took that step, not sure how it was gonna go, and like it hits me right here when I see the people that are in the comments. Like, man, this spoke to me today. This hit where it needed to hit today. You know what I mean? That's something that just, oh my gosh, it really, it hits right here, man, and I love it. I love it. Praise be to God. Praise be to Christ, man. It's incredible. See how he's working. Ow. But yeah, we shall see here. We're still chilling here at the first intermission. The Wild's still going to be carrying some of that power play into period number 2. Got Wild over just a little bit. But yeah. Taking a look here. Okay. Let's see, do we have any other updates on the other NHL games going on right now? The Blackhawks still up 3-0 over the Mammoth, with the start of the third period momentarily coming. Meanwhile, the Sharks, Will Smith getting a goal, tying that game up against the Jets. With 15 minutes to go in regulation, they are tied at 1 apiece. All right. Other than that, the Pens obviously getting their big win today. And then, you know, we're chilling here at the end of 1. In about 30 minutes, we got the Panthers taking on the Islanders. So should be a good game there. Let's go Panthers, baby. Let's go Panthers. How about these Penguins? Okay. But yeah, just taking a look at a couple of things, yeah. As we have the time. Live. And over here, just want to take a look-see. Okay. So we are getting ready here for period number 2. Taking a look, 21 shot attempts for the Blues to 17. Offensive zone possession is basically dead even. Only difference by 7 seconds in Minnesota's favor. 3 odd man rushes to 1 favoring St. Louis. 7 high danger chances for Minnesota. 3 for the Blues. 7 hits for the Wild and 5 for the Blues. Those are our current stats here. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, taking a look on X. Let us see. Yeah, just trying to take a look here. Okay. Wow. So we are back here, still in the first intermission. Okay. Oh, we will see. We will see. I'm just trying to see what we got. But yeah, we'll see. Now, why would we do that? I don't know. Okay. So yeah, we are taking a look. We will see. Okay. Let's see. Oh, man. Let us see. But the second period should be coming away here momentarily. Or we'll be going back on into some play-by-play coverage and reactions to the game. All right, so we are back here in St. Paul, Minnesota. Snow still on the ground, ready to rumble between these two teams. So let's see. Okay. So they're doing their interview here. That could be with Snuggerud. Jimmy Snuggerud after the first intermission. And here we go. Should be a pretty fun period to play. Hopefully we can find that first goal. So we'll see. Looking at Jimmy Snuggerud back in October 2023, scored the overtime game winner for Minnesota in this building. So we'll see what he can do for the Blues tonight. Ready to roll here. Got some people in the Minnesota jerseys. And here we go. Second period of hockey going to be underway here momentarily. Where'd I put my call sheets? Over there. So here we go. Face-off going to be between Sundqvist and Eriksson Ek. Face-off won by the Wild over to the near side. Moving it into the defensive end here. Still with 45 seconds of power play time to go. Moving it around the far side. Up into the neutral zone. They take it. Passing across into the offensive end to the near side. And it's going to be iced. So 35 seconds left of power play time for Minnesota, but they're not doing a whole lot with it. We'll see if they can figure out what they got to do. Looking at Snuggerud, he grew up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So he is a Minnesotan through and through. But here we go. Ready to roll. Face-off won by the Blues at the top of the zone. Sending it in is Justin Falk. Back in behind Quinn Hughes. Over to the near side. Moving it up for Kirill Kaprizov. Passing back into the defensive end. Here comes Matt Boldy. Up through center into the offensive end. Boldy's shot. Gonna go wide right. Backing around to the near side. Down low. Tied up. Kaprizov to the top of the zone. Hughes. Hughes working from the point. Passing to Kaprizov. Kaprizov from the point now. Shot goes wide. Over to the near side. Taken by Zuccarello over to Boldy. Both teams back at full strength. Let's go ahead and take off that power play. Over to the far side. That puck gets cleared all the way out of play. All right. So we'll see. Okay. So, face off over to the far side. One for the Blues. Trying to move it back the near side in the neutral zone. Sending it out. Ready to roll it out to the far side. And going to be over now. Taken by the Wild to the near side through center. Up into the offensive end. That's going to be off of the stick of Spurgeon. Over to the far side along the boards. Back up into the neutral zone. Here comes the Wild. Ready to roll. The Blues taking it back through center. Up into the offensive end. A chance to the near side. Back up. Pass intercepted. Taken back out by the Wild with a shot. Nice save there by Joel Hofer. Over to the far side. The Blues working with it up the ice. Passing wing to wing over to the near side. Ready to roll. And over to the far side. A wing to wing pass here from the Wild. Quinn Hughes down low. Shot on a pass. Not going to connect. Over to the far side. Passing to the near side. Kirill Kaprizov. Shot. Not able to get a shot. Taken back up the other way. Pavel Buchnevich passing. And into the offensive end. 2-on-3. Passing across. Not able to connect his intended target. There was Mailou. Over to the near side. Into the offensive end for the Wild. A chance. A shot. And not going to go. Puck goes out of play. Okay. Now let's see. So, near side circle. Ready to roll. Back on in over to the near side. Here come the Blues passing up through center. Puck goes loose. Flip back in there by the Wild over to the far side. Trying to move it around, tied up into that corner. The Blues coming away with it. Over to the near side they come. Up through center. Into the offensive end of the near corner down low. Trying to race forward is going to be Holloway. To the far side. Trying to free that puck up. Coming loose over to the near side now. Top of the zone to Tucker. Sending it low, shot not going to go. Over to the far side. Moving it around in the corner, down low, tied up. Passing to the top of the zone. Sending it in from the point on shot, loose on the rebound. Over to the far side. And moving it around now to the area in front of Gustafson. Shot not going to go. Over to the near side. What's up, Petsko? Why are you asking if I'm okay? So, moving it around now to the far side. The Blues keeping it in the zone. Ready to roll, moving it down low, and it's going to be taken by Spurgeon. Back on over to the near side. Big check delivered along the boards. That's probably because of a bit of overuse of the voice, probably. That's probably what it is, if I'm being honest, because it's been a crazy couple days. Okay. So we got a near side neutral zone face-off. And here we go. Face-off won by the Wild. Back into the offensive end. Shot from the point. Not going to go. Over to the far side, down low, and taken back by the Blues. Coming up the other way, up through center. Here comes the chance. Into the offensive end, down low. Battling into the corner towards the near side. Getting in there is going to be Jared Spurgeon as well. In front, shot, not going to go. Loose to the near side. Puck goes into the neutral zone. Taken back there by Philip Broberg. Back again to Broberg on the near side. Moving it across to the far side. Going to move it up ice. There they go. And now puck taken back. Kirill Kaprizov passing back. Zuccarello shot. Nice kick save. But the puck goes out of play. All right. But yeah, just taking a look here. So, ready to roll. $15:39 to go in the second face-off in the near side, and the Blues defensive end won by St. Louis. Working it around now. Over to the offensive end. Here they come. Ready to roll. Moving it around now. Into the corner to the near side. Down low to the top of the zone. Shot. Not gonna go. Working now. Trying to find somewhere around the near side. And that's going to be played by Hofer. Back on over to the far side. Working it around. Tied up for that puck. Here they come. The Wild with the puck over to the near side towards the top of the zone. Trying to battle free for that puck along the boards. Taking it down low. That's going to be off of the stick of Johansson. Top of the zone. Shot from the point. Not going to go. Loose over to the far side. The goalies run into multiple bodies colliding. And that puck is taken by the Blues into the offensive end. They'll dump it. Moving it around now. The near side. That's going to be off of Matt Boldy. Over to the near side to the offensive end, down low with a chance. Wrapping it around Kirill Kaprizov to the far side. Taking it down low. Up towards the top of the zone, taken back by the Blues. Wing to wing pass. And passing back over to the near side. Moving it up again. Up on into the offensive end they go. Taken by Gustafson. Over to the far side, passing back over to the near. Moving it up now off of the stick of Danila Yurov. Moving it around, tied up and right into the scorekeeper's bench. Moving it around, the Blues get it back on the defensive end, wing-to-wing pass, and recentering it again over to the near side. In the neutral zone, passing it up into the offensive end, a chance. And moving it down, a shot, not going to go. Taken back by the Wild. Moving it around now, the near side, passing back behind the net, over towards the far side. And that's going to be Jared Spurgeon with the puck, looking to see where he's going to go with it. Trying to read where he needs to be. Going to go out to the left and sending it all the way up ice into the offensive end behind Hofer. over to the near side along the boards. The Blues passing up into the offensive end with a chance. A shot denied over to the near side again. Moving it back up in through the neutral zone. The Blues taking it back and going the other way with it. Into the offensive end. Falk's pass not going to go. And over to the near side. Here comes the Wild. Can they get to that puck? They will. Off of the stick there of Nico Sturm. To the far side, along the boards, tied up for that puck. Trying to come up with it now to the near side. Here comes the Wild. Passing shot, not going to connect. Over to the point with a chance. Moving it around the near side. The Wild going for a change. Brock Faber passing back to Hughes. Over to the point, across to the far side, taking it down low. Shot, not going to go. Goes behind the net. Over to the far side. Along the boards, now centered. Shot, and not going to go again. Over to the near side, Quinn Hughes from the point, passing down low to the far. Moving it around now, trying to wrap it towards the near side. This whole Blues team, except for Buchnevich, has been out there for at least a minute, over a minute and a half almost. Some of them closer to 2, like Toropchenko and Broberg. But over to the near side, the Blues just had to free the zone up, and this will allow them to go for a partial change. So, taking it over to the near side, into the offensive end for the Wild around the near side. Moving it towards the top of the zone. Toropchenko did get off. Broberg should be the next to get off, but Buchnevich going to hop off. So Broberg and Falk both now on 2-minute plus shifts. Over to the near side, the Wild keeping the foot on the gas. Shot going to be gloved by Hofer. A nice effort there by Joel Hofer. Okay. Let me take a look here real quick. So they did step away for a commercial. Okay. Let us see. Man. Okay. We're just taking a look here. Okay. Wow. Just seeing here on X if there's any other news. Okay. So we'll see here. We are back here in Minnesota. Okay. So here we go, ready to roll. Far side face-off. Taking a look at Johansson and Snuggerud and how they've played tonight. Far side, offensive zone draw for Minnesota, who wins the faceoff. Top of the zone from the far side, Quinn Hughes down to Faber, down behind the net, over to the near side. Working with it around behind the net again, over to the far side. That's going to be Johansson. Now around in front of the net, puck goes loose, sent back down low behind the net, over towards the near side. Eriksson Ek shot, not going to go. Over to the far side, passing across Faber, down low, pass intercepted there, going to be intercepted by Braden Shen, and over to the near side, taken back by, that's going to be Quinn Hughes. Over to the far side, through center, into the offensive end, a shot from the corner, not going to go. Back down low, around to the near side. Moving it around, here comes the Blues. Moving it out the other way. A chance, passing across as the Wild take it back into the offensive end. Back on in behind the net. Over to the far side they go. Moving it up through center, and into the offensive end. They're going to take it, a chance, a shot denied. Around the near side, the Blues going for a change as they're all hovering around a minute. And that puck going to be played back. It's going to be an icing, I believe. Okay. So let's see. So we're ready to roll. The Wild taking it back out of the defensive end now towards the near side. Moving it out the other way through the far side. And the Blues punching it back into the offensive end. Over to the far side they go. Backing around the net towards the near side. Moving it up through center. Up on into the offensive end. Taken back by the Blues. Off of the stick of Matthew Kessel. Over to the near side. We are about halfway through this game, folks. And that puck gets launched way up in the air. Played by the Wild over to the near side. Wing to wing in the defensive end and back again. Over now through center. Here they come. Into the offensive end. Going to get dumped by Bogosian. Over to the near side. Up through center. And the Blues are going to race that puck down with Kyrou. But Kaprizov going to get to it over now to the near side. It goes back to the far. Tied up down into that corner. Trying to move it around over to the point. Moving it out the other way. Here comes Minnesota. Minnesota! Up into the offensive end, and it's taken back by the Blues. Broberg with that puck over to the far side. A nice little poke check there by Joel Hofer. And that puck goes into the neutral zone, taken back by the Wild. Over to the far side, into the offensive end, down low, near the red line, and into the corner. Over to the near side they come. Up to the top of the zone, Matt Zuccarello. And around, over to the far side, in front, shot. Bodies colliding, trying to wrap it around. Over to the far side, back over to the near. Kirill Kaprizov with a chance. And along the near side they go. Moving it to the point. Down low, Faber, back up, shot, denied, over to the near side again, moving it back out the other way with speed, and not able to do much with it. There is going to be Jake Neighbors. Over to the far side, across to the near, here comes the Wild, up on into the offensive end, racing for it down low in front, Sturm, shot, not gonna go. Taken back by the Blues over to the near side, across to the far. Taken back by Sturm and the Wild over to the far side into their offensive end. Puck goes loose. Over to the near side, taken back by the Blues. Gonna get cleared out the other way pretty straightforwardly. And it's gonna be a Blues icing. Ugh. Okay. So we shall see. Ready to roll. Far side draw. Face off going to be won by the Wild. Top of the zone, sending it down low. Back on in behind the net of Hofer to the far side. It goes. Wrapping it around up to the near side and clearing it out. Giving it all the way chase back down to in front of Gustafsson to the near side. Up on into the offensive end. They're going to go back in behind the net. Wrapping it around to the near side and into that corner. Still tied up. Bodies are hitting the ice. And here come the Blues coming up through center. Up on into the offensive end with a chance. Cross ice pass from Snuggerud. And the Wild are going to take control back. Passing wing to the near side. Into the offensive end. And we got a whistle. Presumably offside on that one. Man, 7:26 to go here in the second period. Okay. Taking a look on X here. Okay. Let us see. So we shall see. Again, just taking a look on X here. Okay. So just taking a look here on X if there's any other news. Okay. We are back here in Minnesota, ready to roll, taking a look at Vladimir Tarasenko. Career by team. Man, a lot of games. 644 with the Blues, 31 with the Rangers, 57 with the Senators, 19 with the Panthers, 80 with the Red Wings, and 53 so far with the Wild. Two-time Stanley Cup champion for the record as well. So here we go, ready to roll. Near side face-off going to be won by the Blues. Into the defensive end, racing down low. Matt Boldy trying to race for it along the far side boards, taking it out the other way. Ooh. It's going to be loose and into the offensive end for the Blues, but the Wild taking it back over to the near side, wing to wing. Moving it up the other way, up along the near side boards, into the offensive end they go behind the net of Hofer. Over to the near side, moving it up the other way. Here comes the chance. Moving it in and off the stick of Cam Fowler, and the puck goes out of play. 6:53 to go here in the second period. The Wild with 17 shots on net, and I believe it's 12 for the Blues. Okay. So we'll see. Taking again another look at Tarasenko. So face off here on the near side of the neutral zone. Going to be won by the Blues. Into the defensive end they go. Over to the far side, sending it into the offensive end, trying to race that puck down around the near side along the boards. Moving it up the other way. Here comes your chance. The Blues sending it back in the zone into the far side corner for the Wild to take it over. Racing it now, pass goes loose over to the near side into the neutral zone. Kirill Kaprizov struggling to control it, sending it up, tied up through center into the offensive end now. Here comes the Wild. Sending it around the corner from Trainin over to the far side. The Blues get it back, and they are going to move it up the other way into the offensive end where the Wild will recover it. Over to the near side, Kaprizov passing and into the offensive end for Tarasenko. Not able to convert on the shot, and Hughes gets the puck at center ice. Taking it back to the defensive end, wing-to-wing pass, and back again. Along the far side boards, out of the defensive end, here come the Wild. Moving it up and into the offensive end, a race into that corner. Joel Hofer plays it to the near side along the boards. The Blues into the offensive end, 2-on-3 into the zone. Working it around the near corner, trying to punch it around. Tied up for that puck along the boards to the top of the zone. Sending it back down again. And here they go over to the far side, the Blues with a chance. With the puck in the offensive zone, shot not gonna go. Over to the far or near side area behind the net. Spurgeon are gonna send it around the near side. Sturm, is the one who's gonna send it around. Maintained, shot by Tucker. Not gonna go. Over to the far side, wrapping it around to the near. Pass is intercepted by the Wild. 5 minutes to go here, and here they come out of the zone. Never mind, back into the defensive end they run. working with it to the near side into the zone. What's up? Okay. Well, yeah. Kind of locked in, so. Yeah, it's not going to be done until around 8 or so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because by the time it gets home, I'm going to have to reheat it, and... Fine. I'll also have some of my leftovers. Alright. So we got another penalty here. This one going to be on... Did not catch who that was on. Man, but how close were we? Oh my gosh, Holloway not able to get the recovery on the rebound. Youch. Wow. Okay. Just taking a look here. Let us see. Let us see. Let's get a little reload on a couple things. Okay. Oh man. So just taking a look as they are at commercial break here. And we'll see. Okay. So we'll see. Taking a look here, see if there's any other news to be worried of. Okay. So here we go. We got a face off on the far side, ready to roll. And here we go. Waiting on that draw. It's going to be a Blues penalty kill. So the Wild back on the power play. Up to the far side, moving it out. Here come the Blues into the neutral zone and going to dump it. Over to the far side, racing it in over to the far side behind the net. Sending it around now along those boards. Trying to punch it in front. Shot. What a save by Gustafsson. Buchnevich had a chance, a very solid chance at a goal there, but could not convert. Okay. Oh, let's see. So here we go. Near side, circle face-off. Ready to roll. And that face-off won by the Wild. Over to the near side, behind the net, over to the far, trying to move it out the other way, up through center they go, with a chance over to Eriksson Ek, gonna be taken back by the Blues. Here comes your chance, up on into the offensive end for the Blues. What's good, Bagel? How you doing, Bagel? And over to the far side, into the neutral zone for the Wild. Punching it into the offensive end on a pass, Boldy over to Kaprizov, he shoots, he scores! The Blues are going to find themselves down 1-0 to the Wild. Wow. Took us a while to get that first goal, but we finally got it. Maybe it'll open up the floodgate for both teams. There's the goal horn. Yep. Well, there it is, the Wild goal horn blasting. Huh? No. No, it's John. In the chat. We haven't seen John yet. What? No, that's John. He's in the chat, not in the voice. Yeah. We haven't seen him yet this stream, but we saw him earlier. But here we go, over to the far side. Here come the Blues up on into the offensive end after that power play goal for the Wild. Punching it around to the near side. Here comes your chance. The Wild back up into the offensive end, working it around. Shot goes high. Over the net to the far side. Over to the near from Tarasenko. Into the neutral zone they go. Back into the neutral zone. Working it around out of the area. Trying to punch it through to the far side. Wing to wing over to the near side and back again for the Blues. Now going to go back over to Tyler Tucker. Up the near side boards, punching it into the offensive end behind the net to the far side. It's going to be Middleton sending it around the near side for the Wild. Here they come. Up on into the offensive end with a chance. Moving it into the near corner, passing across, not able to fully connect. Going to get to it along the far side boards from the top of the zone, passing through the point. Over to the near side, not going to be able to control it. That puck gets cleared out, played by Gustafsson. Over to the far side, ready to enter. Okay. So, back on in behind the net, working with it towards the near side, Kaprizov. He's going to be battled heavily there by Cam Fowler. Hey, Pete, just checking in. Hope as well. Oh, man. Hope all as well. Yeah, your voice sounds hoarse. It's probably a little bit from all the high energy streams the last couple of days. So, that probably has something to do with it. I need to get better at not trashing my voice. But the Blues get a goal! That goal going to be scored by number 23, Logan Mailou. Going to tie the game at 1. I love how I say I need to protect my voice. Immediately screams at the top of my lungs for a goal by the Blues. What's good, Pete? Oh, man. Okay. Come on, why is the Wild... The Wild needs to move. There we go. That was bothering me. I saw there was a little bit of overlap, and I don't like that. Oh, man. Let's see here. So, here come the Wild over to the near side. It looks like that first goal did open up the floodgates by both teams. Thomas and Shen getting the assists on that goal by Jordan Mailou. Or Logan Mailou. So back in behind the net of Hofer over to the far side. That puck goes back across to the near. And in front of the net. 91 seconds remaining in the period. Big bodies, big collisions in front of the net. Over to the near side. The Blues getting it out of the defensive end. Wing to wing pass. Over to the far side. Going to be played there off of the stick of Tyler Pitlick. Behind the net to the near side along the boards. Up to the top of the zone. Going to connect there with Bogosian. Down low shot. Not going to go. Back up to the far side. Corner top of the zone. Passing down low. Intercepted. Going to be taken now by Justin Falk. Over to the near side. Pushing through to the near side in the neutral zone. The Blues trying to wrestle it away from Bogosian. They fail to do so, but now that puck goes loose to the far side and gets jarred all the way up into the Blues offensive end. Over to the near side behind the net. Passing it around along the boards. Trying to clear it through into the offensive end for the Wild. Racing down low for that puck. Over to the near side they go. And that puck gets cleared all the way out. Racing for it, no icing, along the boards in the near corner. Trying to battle for that puck. 25 seconds to go in the period. Top of the zone, Sundqvist. Passing down low. The Wild wanting a penalty. Not going to get it there. And over to the far side with 15 seconds to go here in the period. The Wild get it out of their own defensive end. Working with that puck behind the net to the far side to Brock Faber. Moving it up. Trying to not do anything stupid. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is how the second period will come to a close with a score. The St. Louis Blues 1, the Minnesota Wild 1. Shots on goal are 14 for the Blues and 19 for the Wild. So far through two, we have got 2 goals aggressively in quick succession in the last 5 minutes of play in that period. We'll see if that momentum continues into the third period. But for now, they are stepping away for the second period intermission. And I am going to use that as a chance real quick. I need to run and use the bathroom, so I'll be right back in just a couple minutes. Okay, we are back and ready to roll. Okay, let's get back in the saddle here. Get my ears back in. Are my ears when I am live, or about the closest thing to it. Okay. So we'll take a look here at a couple of things. Let's go ahead and roll over on X. Okay. Man. Let us see. Rolling here again. Just taking a look on X. See if we got any other news. Oh man. We're gonna verify a level called Time Extreme 2.0. Huh. Let's see. What is going on? Okay. Let us see. Okay, just taking a look here, see if we got any other news. Okay. But yeah, we will see. We will see. Just taking a look again here. Oh, and a possible 2020 or 2030 Team USA team. Boldy, Hughes, Caulfield, Robertson, Matthews, Smith, Kachuk, Eichel, Kachuk, Nyes, Cooley, and Gauthier. Not bad. But what about Ben Kindle? Isn't Kindle US born? I think Kindle's US born, so I think he'd be eligible for Team USA. So I would look at Kindle. I mean, just imagine what he'll be doing 4 years from now. Wolf and Otter, Hughes, Faber, Hudson, Sanderson, Werenski, McAvoy. I like that. Okay. But let's see. Just taking a look here on X. Todd Monken making sure he spent every dollar of the Ravens before he left, bro. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Oh man. Yeah, just trying to get an idea here though. Okay. Man. But yeah, we will see. We will see. Okay. Let me see. Just again, seeing if we got any other news, anything big going on. Okay. But let's see. So let's see. Just seen any other news that we got? Oh man. Okay. But we'll see. We will see. Okay. Oh man. But we shall see. Okay. Oh yeah, we shall see here. Should be a pretty solid one. The third period should be, in theory, a good one. We should have a lot of action. We left the second period with a lot of goal action, so hopefully we carry that into the third period, because like that would be awesome. Plus, hockey is very much a momentum-based game, so if the Blues carry their momentum into the third period, they can run away with this one pretty quickly. The question is, will they? Okay. Well, yeah, let us see. Just trying to get an idea here. Okay. Get a little reload on X here, as we are still a few minutes away from the third period of action. Oh man. We'll see. We will see. We shall see. Man. Okay. Oh man, we shall see. Okay. Man. We shall see. Oh my gosh, Rhett and Link made it on the TV. Oh my gosh. Bro. Rhett and Link just popped up on my TV. Oh my gosh. That's not something I thought I would see. Oh my gosh. Let us see. 11%, nice. Let me see. see. Man, how much longer do we got? Okay. But yeah, we will see here. Should be a pretty solid one, though. Oh, that's an ESPN Plus app, but I already have ESPN Plus. Oh, man. Okay. But yeah, we shall see. Oh, man. So, hopefully we see a bit more good stuff going on this third period. Looking forward to what should be a solid period of action. Okay. But we'll see. Well, how's it going, John? John up in the chat. Yes, sir. The Blues with the momentum. Okay. But the Blues are rolling with the momentum right now, so we'll see what they end up doing with it. Okay. There we go. Just getting all coordinated. Okay. So we'll see. Oh, man. The third period should be beginning here momentarily. Looking at our scoreboard underneath. And we'll see what we've got in store here. Okay. So we'll see. We are back here in St. Paul, Minnesota for the St. Louis Blues taking on the Minnesota Wild. Should be a pretty fun third period to watch. Okay. We got everything set up and ready to roll. Okay. So here we go. They're wrapping up their intermission. Taking a look at what happened yesterday with the Blues playing the Devils. And we'll see what we've got in store. Okay. So yeah, we shall see here. Right now, after that second period, it looks like we are back to square one. But the Blues with the most recent goal after letting up one, and then immediately proceeding to get another goal. So we'll see how the Blues can manage to happen. That was Logan Mailloux with the goal. 1 goal, 3 shots, a +1 rating on the night. So here we go, third period of action, ready to roll here from St. Paul, Minnesota. Hartman going to go up against Shen. Won by Hartman on the draw. Over to the far side, sending it around to the near, back in behind the net of Hofer. Over to the far side, the Blues trying to move it up through the defensive end. Over to the near side, it gets cleared all the way out. Played by Quinn Hughes, no icing. Over to the far side he goes. Moving it up through center now to Matt Zuccarello to the near side. Dumping it around the near corner. Played by Hofer to the far side. Getting to it is going to be Broberg. Wing to wing. Intercepted by Hughes. Over to the near side. Into the offensive end. Ready to roll back on in behind the net. It's going to go Justin Falk with time. Not in a rush. trying to read what he's going to do. The Blues going from left to right, the Wild from right to left. And here we go, over to the near side, into the offensive end, racing it down, over to the far side. Pass is going to be broken up and maintained by the Wild. Over to the far side goes Matt Boldy, passing up through center into their offensive end. Going to be taken back by Logan Mailloux. If he can control it, he ends up eating the boards on that one pretty roughly. But here they go, over in front, chance, a shot gloved by the goalie, Hofer. All right. So here we go. Face off on the near side circle. Going to be won by the Blues. Back down low behind the net by you to the far side. Trying to move it out of the zone. Wing to wing pass to the near side. Passing all the way up along through the red line, through the center ice area. Over to the near side. Taken back by the Wild. Into the Blues defensive end. No go. But the Blues take it right back. Up through center with a chance. Moving it through now into the offensive end. Back on around to the near side. The Wild kicking it out. But the Blues kicking it back in behind the net of Gustafsson. Over to the far side. Working it around now. That's going to be played off of the stick of Marcus Johansson. And around pass. Nobody home. Puck goes into the neutral zone. Taken back by Tarasenko. Wing to wing pass over to the near side. Going to be picked up and played by Hunt. Along the near side, trying to move it around, and puck goes all the way back. Gets all the way down, and it's going to be actually ruled icing on the Wild. So here we go, ready to roll. 17:46. Ready to roll. Face off, going to be won by the Blues. Top of the zone, near side, chance, shot, loose on the rebound. Over to the near side, taken back by the Wild. Kicking it all the way up, played back into the near side. Moving it around along now, over to the far side. And here they go. Backing around to the near side, the Wild in the offensive end with the puck. With a chance. Puck goes loose. All the way loose. Back on in behind the net of Gustafsson. Over to the near side to the far. The Wild moving it out, but we got a... nope, no whistle. I thought there was a whistle because they cut, but no. Wing to wing over to the far side. Moving it up through center. Here comes the Blues after an interception into the offensive end. And now for the point shot, gonna go wide over to the near side, wrapping it around, and the puck is gonna be maintained there off of the stick of Nico Sturm. And over to the far side, we got a whistle, we got a penalty for tripping. Who's going to the sin bin? We'll see who's going. Are the Blues gonna have their first power play of the night? 2 minutes for tripping. Yes, they will. Nico Sturm going to the sin bin. Okay. So here we go. Far side, circle face off. And here we go. Waiting for it here. Face off. And going to be won by the Wild around the near side. Trying to clear it all the way out. They do. All the way back in behind the net of Hofer to the near side. Moving it around over to the far side now. And kicking it up through center. Up on into the offensive end. Puck gets cleared out again by the Wild. Blues going to give chase. 1:35 to go here on the power play. 16:22 in the period. Moving it around now to the near side. Thomas into the offensive end, but can't control it. Puck gets taken out. Moving it in is Boldy into his offensive end. Wrapping it around now and taken back by Shen. Moving it around the far side. Here they come. Up into the offensive end. Thomas passing to Snuggerud and going to go wide left. Over, around now to the near side comes Snuggerud. Looking for some help. Top of the zone, Broberg. Over to the near side, Snuggerud. Over to Holloway. And wrapping it around to Thomas. Thomas looking for some help. Over to Broberg. Shot denied. Over to the far side. Wrapping it around again to the point. Taken back by Shen to Holloway. The entire Blues team on the ice for over a minute 10. Most of them on there for almost a minute 40 or more. And a nice save by Gustafsson. With 44 seconds to go, it could be a chance for the Blues to make a swap. Okay. So let's see. So we have a near side circle draw. 44 seconds left on the power play. 15:31 to go in the period. Face off one over to the far side. Kicked out by the Wild. And it's going to be all the way back in behind the net of Hofer. Around to the near side. Taking it up is going to be Justin Falk. Moving it up through center to Dvorsky and into the offensive end of the near side. They wrap around. Moving it over to the far side. Going to kick it out the other way. Here comes the chance. Into the offensive end around to the near side. Falk moving it up. Up through center they go into the offensive end with a chance. And Neighbors gets taken down. Mayu now from the point. Over to the near side. Could not connect with Dvorsky. Back up to the top of the zone to Kyrou. Shot is gloved by Gustafsson. Okay. Let me go ahead and go into my settings real quick. I want to change a couple of things around. System sound. What if I lower... What if I lower Streamlabs just a little bit? There we go. That sounds a bit better. That's not going to make me go deaf. So here we go over to the far side, circling it around to the near with a chance in front for the Wild, short-handed, but he gets tripped up over to the near side, back up to the point, circling it around to the far side. The power play did expire, by the way. Just go ahead and take that power play off. And here they go. Let me lower this just a little bit as well. That sounds better. So there we go. Circling it around here. 14:24 to go here in this third period. Ready to roll between the Blues and the Wild. Okay. Let me lower my worship music a little bit. And let me find what I want to go to. Okay, so here we go. We got a near side circle draw ready to roll here between Robert Thomas and Ryan Hartman. Face-off going to be won by Hartman over to the near side. Hughes sent it to Faber. Working it around to the far side, trying to move it out the other way. And that puck is going to be battled for along the board. It's going to be taken back off of the stick of Thomas. And in through the neutral zone, taken back by Hughes in the defensive end for the Wild. Over to the near side they go. Circling it around over to the far side. Not able to fully connect. Going back to the Blues in the defensive end, sending it around to the far side. With a chance they go, wing to wing pass to Shen. Going back into the neutral zone, taking it back, not taking any stupid chances are the Blues. And around the near side, bodies getting tripped up, bodies hitting the ice. No tripping call though for the Blues. And nope, we got a whistle. There might be a penalty. Nope, I thought there was a whistle because I thought the clock stopped, but no, it didn't. But around to the near side. Moving it into the offensive end, the Blues with possession. Dvorsky down low. Trying to send it around is Holloway around to the far side boards. And that puck is going to be stuck. Dvorsky in there along the far side, down low. Over around the area of Suter. And back on in behind the net. Here comes the Wild off the stick of Middleton. Over to the far side, still tied up into that corner. Backing around to the near, behind the net, tied up still. Waiting for it to get jostled free. It finally comes free for Spurgeon to move it around to the far side, but the Blues take it right back over to the near side, moving it around with a chance. Here come the Blues, looking for some help. Sending it down low is Holloway to the point, to the far side. Shot going to be deflected by Gustafsson and gets cleared out by the Wild. Going to maintain possession to the near side on the length of the ice pass. Down low is going to be Trainin, and bodies colliding. The ref not going to give out a penalty. The fans want a penalty. They're starting to wrestle and tussle a little bit, and a shot from the far side denied over to the near side. The crowd not happy about that no call. I didn't fully see the call, so I can't tell you either way, but the crowd certainly wasn't happy. Over to the near side. Hunt colliding with Kyrou. And that puck gets cleared out all the way back. Going to get there is Justin Falk. Over to the near side he goes, looking to pass it up. Over to the center ice area for Kyrou, across to the far side. Moving it in down low, trying to wrap it around the net. 11:50 to go here in regulation. Top of the zone. Sending it around to the far side in front of the net. Not able to fully connect. And a nice save by Gustafsson. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, man, drop a like, drop a sub. Always greatly appreciated. We are only 2 subs away from our next minor goal, 7 away from 750, which was our major goal we were trying to hit in February. So it'd be pretty cool if we could make that happen. And if we hit 1,000 subs by the start of Stanley Cup Playoffs, then I will be doing another NASCAR stream. You guys have asked for it time and time again, as like a little joke stream. I'll do it, but we got to hit that goal by that time. In the meantime, let's take a little bit of a look here on X. Okay. We shall see. Okay. But we shall see again. Just to take a look. Okay. So yeah, just taking a look as we have some time on X, see if there's any other news. Okay. So we are taking a look at a few things here. Okay. So yeah, we shall see here. Okay. So we'll see here. Rolling through. Guys, we are back here in Minnesota. Minnesota! Okay. So taking a look at the flight fan of the game. And here we go. It's a guy in a USA Quinn Hughes jersey. So getting the boot is going to be Robert Thomas out of the faceoff circle. So Shen's going to take the draw. And that faceoff going to be won by the Blues so purely it goes all the way back to their own defensive end. Ready to roll over to the near side from Hofer. Working with it is going to be Justin Falk, passing up all the way through the center ice area, battling for it now into the defensive end of the Wild. Taken back by Minnesota. Over to the near side, Hughes taking it down low for the Wild, wrapping around, looking for some help. Shot goes wide over to the near side and deflected. Taken back by Thomas, not able to control it. Poked back into the offensive end, and the Blues are going to take it right back and have to work the length of the ice. Over to the far side they move, trying to pass it through, not quite able to. Going to be back on into the defensive end for the Blues. Broberg sends it to the near side to Falk, and they're going to go ahead and move it on up through center. Kyrou over to the near side, and it gets cleared back out again. Giving chase, here come the Wild into the offensive end, and they're going to be offside. Okay. So here we go. Over to the far side, the Blues moving it up through center. Here comes a chance. And around the net to the near side, the Wild out of their own defensive end. 10.5 to go here in regulation, still tied at 1 goal apiece. Towards the near side, the Wild trying to get it out of their own end. Aggressively, though, playing is the Blues, trying to rip this puck free. Puck goes loose, wing to the far side, to center ice, into the offensive end they go, with a chance down low. Shot goes wide left, up to the top of the zone, maintained by Jake Middleton, wing to wing. Over to the far side, shot goes wide left. Middleton now behind the net to the far side, trying to connect to the top of the zone, and they're going to be offside, so they got to move it back into the defensive end. Spurgeon passing to the near side, trying to connect with Tarasenko, the former Blue, and that puck goes back into the Blues defensive end, where St. Louis takes over off of the stick of Matthew Kessel. Over to the near side, puck gets cleared all the way back out behind the net of Gustafsson to the near side again. Wing to wing pass to the far, and punched into the offensive zone by Tyler Tucker. But we got a whistle for a puck out of play. Okay. So 9:38 to go here in the third, ready to roll. So we'll see. We will see. Okay. So just taking a look again here. Okay. So we'll see. Again, just kind of taking a look here, see if there's any other news we can relay on X. So let's see. Okay. So we'll see. We will see here. Oh yeah, they won 5-0. Final score 5-0. So let's see. Bro, what? There's no way that Miami of Ohio is considered a on-the-bubble team for March Madness. Come on. A 29-0 team? 2 wins away from a perfect season? That's ridiculous. They should be in. Like, in, to the point where they cannot be out in. Oh my gosh. So face-off on the far side, going to be won by the Blues, moving it back into their own end. Taking it around behind the net of Hofer, over to the near side to Falk. Passing back towards Hofer, going to take it back behind the net again. Looking to move it to the far side, up through the center area of the defensive end, through center into the offensive end they go. Racing down, puck played by Gustafsson to the near side. Battling along the boards, moved up the other way. Here come the Wild. Punching through, puck goes back to the near side, and going to be played from the point. Not able to connect on the pass. Over to the top of the zone, into the neutral zone they go. Over to the far side from Broberg. On a pass, into the offensive end, down low to the near side. Racing in, shot not going to go. That shot by Neighbors. And around to the far side they go with the puck. The Wild have it. Over to the near side, behind the net, settling up. Here comes Quinn Hughes, passing to the far side. And moving it out the other way into the offensive end to the near side. Chasing it down is going to be, I believe, Buchnevich to the near side. And back on in behind the net to the far side. Working it around. And the Wild trying to punch it away, but the Blues able to clear it up. Puck goes out of play, though. Okay. Let's see. Let us see. Okay. So far side zone draw, waiting to get it. It's going to be won by the Blues, trying to clear it up the other way. Here comes the chance. If they can control the puck along the benches in front of the Wild's bench. Trying to battle for it. Puck is tied up over to the near side through center. Taken back by the Blues. Into the offensive end of the near side. Racing for it, but not going to get there is Holloway. Over to the far side along the boards. Passing wing to the near side to Johansson. Into the offensive end behind the net. Over to the near side. The Blues are going to get taken down along the board. That was Mayu that got taken out. Over to the far side. Moving it around to the top of the zone. A shot by Kaprizov. Not going to go. Loose to the near side. Along the boards. Down low. And over to the far side. Top of the zone. Ready to move it out. And it comes back over to the near side. Flipped into the offensive end. And going to be wide left of the goalie Hofer. To the far side. Moving it around with a chance. Into the offensive end they go. That's Neighbors looking for some help. Passing it around. In from Buchnevich. Top of the zone to the far side. Back up again to the point. They clear themselves out of the zone. Gotta give a chase here. What are my thoughts on the Wild's logo? I like it. I like how it has the double meaning. I always thought it was just like a scene of nature with like a shooting star in a river. But then when I found out, when somebody said to me that it's actually a bear, it's like, bro, that is cool. That is cool. And now I can't unsee it. So here we go. A chance in front of the net. Going to go back behind the net. Taken around to the far side by Trainit. And over to the far side. The Blues with possession now. Trying to move it to the top of the zone. A shot. And a little bit of extracurricular going on. Bogosian trying to get into it a little bit with Jake Neighbors. After the save by Gustafson. Okay. So we shall see here. Oh, man. Yeah, I know, right? Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Exactly. All I can see anymore is the animal. I can no longer see just the nature scene. Which is cool. It's cool like that. So here we go. Shen gonna take the draw against Hartman. I wanted to grab a blanket. So over to the far side, across to the near, up through center off Kaprizov, and into the offensive end come the Wild, but the Blues sending it around the other way. Moving it up through center to the near side, in there by, that's going to be Falk. Bodies colliding, and a chance in front of the net, shot going to be saved by Gustafson. All right. I think it's one of the best logos, if not the best. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, I do want to say this here. If you guys are enjoying the content, man, drop a like, drop a sub. We do this for NHL for about 5 to 7 games a week if we can. And we're only 1 sub away from our next minor goal, 6 away from the major goal. There's 16 agains in here. Maybe we could hit that today? Question mark? So here we go. We got Yaya saying, you think we're going to overtime? The way this game has gone, it has been very much a slow-moving game in terms of goals. There hasn't been a lot of shot opportunities either this period. I mean, the Wild have had 2 shots all period. I think the Blues have had 7. So Man, thank you, Turf Ninja, for the sub. Unfortunately, I'm not doing the Ducks game because I do have to go and work tomorrow, and I got to get up at like 6:30 for work. So unfortunately, timing just a little bit tight, especially with a few other things I need to get done. But I do try to cover as much as I can. Our next game will be tomorrow. We release streaming schedules every week, so let me go ahead and refer to that. The next game will be tomorrow at 7:30 between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we will be live for that one. Unfortunately, with tonight, yeah, but absolutely. I do a little bit of engineering work, which is essentially like everything, apparently. It's a first job. It is a first job. Great learning opportunity. So, I'm taking what I can get. So, it's just with the commute, it's like a standard 8 to 5, but with the 40-minute commute, I got to get up at like 6:30. So, that's the unfortunate drawback on it, but it is what it is, Oh, man. But we shall see. Let's take a look around the rest of the NHL. So, the Blackhawks ended up beating the Mammoth 4-0. The Sharks beating the Jets in overtime 2-1. Both goalies were your first two stars of the game in that one, by the way. Nedeljkovic and Hellebuck. Soderblom, the first star of the game against the Mammoth, 22 saves. Meanwhile, the Panthers up 2-1 over the Islanders. Yes! At the end of the first. The scorers for the Panthers are going to be Vilmanis and Bennett, and then Schaefer got the goal for the Isles. All right, let's go ahead and get that situated. But yeah, a great game situated going on tonight here. This very well could go to overtime. This could be one of those games that goes even to a shootout. It would not surprise me. And if it is, we got to stand up, because we always stand up for overtime, bro. So here we go, taking a look at the Blues. Not quite sure. They're looking at Stifle. Not sure the significance behind that. If that's like a sponsor patch or what it is, but they're really zooming in on it. But we got a far side face-off to the left of Joel Hofer in the Wild's offensive end. Joel Eriksson Ek going to take the draw here up against... Oh, let's see. The Blues trying to rearrange. Going to take the draw is going to be Pius Suter up against Eriksson Ek on the far side circle. And the face-off going to be won by the Wild, top of the zone. Looking for somewhere to go. That's Bodie taking it around the far side board, sending it towards the net. Going to get it redirected by the Blues. Quinn Hughes keeping it in the zone, though, for now. Battling along. The Wild going to send it down in behind the net towards the near side. Wrapping it around. Here comes the Blues. That's going to be off of Dvorsky. And they're going to clear it all the way up. No icing. Faber going to get there to it easily. And over to the near side. Here comes Hughes with that puck going up the other way. Through center. Battling for it aggressively. And now going to have to seek refuge in his own end. Working with that puck in his own defensive end, going to pass to Kirill Kaprizov to the far side, into the offensive end the puck goes, but Mayu is going to be right there for it for the Blues. Over to the near side, centering it and moving vertical through center ice to the offensive end for the Blues, and a shot going to be gloved by Gustafsson. I figured that was a sponsor. I figured that was a sponsor patch and not like a commemorative patch. I just didn't know why they were like zooming in on it so aggressively. Like they were just like blowing up Stifle to take up the whole screen. Let's see, we got Sturshow saying Wild win in a shootout. A shootout would be pretty chill. That would be pretty chill. But here we go, 22 shots apiece. 4:47 left on the clock in this third period. Still tied at 1 apiece. Ready to roll. Live third period over-under in goals is 0.5. So over to the top of the zone, that puck goes, and it's going to be kept in for now, but now Ryan Hartman going to clear it out the other way. And that is going to be iced. No, I thought that would have been icing. No, the Blues racing it up through center. Broberg to the near side. Kyrou across. Centering shot. Not able to get a clean shot. Nice giving up on the body there. But he is hurt. Slow to get up. Not sure who that was. I think that might have been Spurgeon. Falk going to take a shot to the near side. Blocked again by Hartman now. Over to the far side. Cycling it around to the top of the zone. Back and across again. Back over now to Justin Falk. Down low. Chance shot denied. Over to the far side. And the Wild going to clear the zone. Man, how are the Wild not up by 5? The thing is, there is so much parity in the NHL. Not as much in the Western Conference, but still. That's just the way it is, you know? It's crazy. You'll have games that you don't expect to happen like that. But here we go to the near side, down low. John saying there's a goal. Uh-oh, a shot, and he scores! The Blues are going to take a 2-1 lead with 3:15 to go here in regulation. Getting it one behind Gustafsson. A beautiful job. That's going to be Pavel Buchnevich on the goal. A nice job to put them up one. Gustafsson plays the puck, gets around, and as he's getting set, Gustafsson gets that puck snuck in behind him by Buchnevich.
To his right side of his goal.
His right, shooter's left.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. We'll see. Hey, there's still time. There's still 3:39. There's still 3:39 to go. So we'll see. Coming around now over into that far side corner down low in the Blues offensive end.
So when do you pull your goalie?
I always pull the goalie somewhere around 2.5 minutes or less whenever you have the puck in the offensive end. Give yourself a full power play guaranteed plus a few seconds. But the Blues over to the far side, down low and slow to get up wild on the far side corner. And here comes Minnesota. I don't know that I would pull it yet. It will be way too aggressive at 3 minutes. But I'd say 2.5. If you're in the offensive end, you pull. Or anything inside of that. Shot goes wide left. Cycling it around to the near side. The Blues trying to punch it back out. And in front of the net, going to be taken back. Buchnevich to the near side. It's actually going to be Suter. Over to the far side to Mailloux. Working it around. A big battle for that puck down low along the boards. And the Blues come away with it. Over to the far side. And it's going to be iced by the Blues. This might be where you pull a goalie too. Pull the goalie on the ice and give yourself 2:37 to power play. Wild do or die now. I feel like they're getting empty net goal. Well, we'll see. We will see. Right now is the time I would pull. There's 2:37 to go, and you have an offensive zone draw.
Look at that bobblehead.
Yeah, they're doing a Star Wars night. Doing a Baby Yoda. Oh, man. This could be where a timeout's used too, potentially. I don't know if they're going to use it this early, but they could. The Wild trying to address their strategy here. This might be the Wild timeout. So we'll see. Wow. Taking a look at Wayne Gretzky, because this is the 30th anniversary of his debut as the Blues player.
Really?
Yeah. 30 years ago today, he made his debut, if I'm not mistaken. I saw that in the pregame. If any team could do it, I believe in many. It certainly is possible.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. March 10th, Wayne Gretzky bobblehead giveaway. Man, how's it going, Brett? Saying a parlay ruiner, unfortunately. That's the thing with the NHL is I don't really bet on the NHL because it's such a parity league right now that you would think that, you know, the Colorado Avalanche would beat the Vancouver Canucks. But it wouldn't shock me one bit if, you know, Vancouver puts up 5 on Colorado and wins the game. I mean, that's just the way this season has been.
Yeah, say, after the first period, the Florida is up 2-1.
Yeah, I saw that. So here we go. Pius Suter against Joel Eriksson Ek on the near side. Still no empty net yet. That is actually kind of surprising. They're not being too aggressive. Up to the top of the zone. Quinn Hughes to the near side. And that puck gets cleared out. They did pull the goalie. So over to the near side. I think they wanted to make sure they won the draw. Which, fair point to take. I would have done it immediately because then you would have had 6 in the zone immediately. But I can respect the idea of saying, let's make sure we win this draw. But here we go. We have a face-off now going to be to the right of Joel Hofer. on the near side in the Wild's offensive end.
Question for you.
Yes.
On the Blues jersey, they have Stifle.
That's a jersey sponsor.
S-T-I-F-E-L. Is that the okay?
Yeah, I had the same question.
Sure. Well, the guy's still back there.
Yeah, the goalie is, but now he's going to flee again. Just wait. The puck is semi-controlled. He's going to run. At least I'm betting on it because they just did that before. So that puck comes loose over to the near side. Nope, so they're keeping the goalie back in after that. And along the near side, moving it up. Boldy going to pass wing to wing, and now here comes the run. Into the offensive end, over to the near side. The Blues trying to clear it. And there is the empty net confirmed. And it's going to be iced by the Blues with 1:55 to go. Ready to roll. 1:55. Looking at Falk, talking it over with his teammate Robert Thomas. 1:55 to go. The Wild got to keep the goalie pulled here. You got to keep the goalie pulled. You can't keep playing this game if we're going to put the goalie in and then...
No, it's still an empty net. Yeah.
I know. I just want to make sure they weren't playing that game. No. But here we go to the near side. The Wild trying to get the draw, and it's going to be cleared up by the Blues. Over to the near side. The Wild, we got a whistle. Did the ref get nailed?
No, high stick. High stick, Minnesota.
Because it looked like for a second he was like guarding that elbow. So we'll see here. Gustafsson back in net.
No, he's halfway.
Yeah, but he's back in. He's going to make the run.
Well, they're not sure if St. Louis wins that, then they could.
Exactly. I don't think the Wild are going to win, guys. We'll see, yeah. We'll see. And now the Blues win it over to the near side, working with that puck into the neutral zone. And it's going to be over to the far side. Here come the Blues, sending it into the offensive end. Gustafsson going to play it. And around, and there he goes. Going to the bench as the Wild are moving to the near side. Joel Eriksson into the offensive end, around to the far side. And that puck shot going to be all the way down the ice for another icing. No. Okay, over to the near side.
It would take me 30 seconds to get from the goal.
Yeah, what a shot! Oh, just off by about 6 inches for the Blues to get the empty netter. 1:07 to go. The Blues ice the puck. Offensive zone draw here for the Wild.
That would take me 30 seconds or a minute just to get over there.
It would take me probably about 5 seconds, 5 or 10. I've kind of run that route before when I've been on the ice. I mean, I can get to speed pretty quick. That's the advantage of tree trunks. Okay.
I'm on the board.
Oh my gosh.
On my hands and knees.
So here we go. Near side, Finley versus Joel Eriksson. Ready to roll. Hopeful does have a goalie goal in the minors. Interesting point. So Quinn Hughes to the near side from the top of the zone, has to take it back into the neutral zone, trying to protect that puck big time. Wing to wing pass. Aggressive play by Oscar Sundqvist to try and play that puck. Over to the near side, into the offensive end, it gets sent. 50 seconds to go here in regulation. Over to the near side, across to the far. Racing for that puck is Vladimir Tarasenko. Back in behind the net. Broberg now takes it to the far corner. Back down low to the near side, and here comes your cross. Nope, not your shot. Back on into the corner again. Shot! What a save! No! Wait! Yes! For a second, I wasn't sure if that was a goal because I heard a goal horn in my ear, but it was not the Wild's goal horn. So that was an incredible save by Joel Hofer. Oh my gosh, the athleticism. Bro just lunged into that puck to make sure it wasn't going nowhere. Wow. Wow. And here we go. 31.7 to go. We already kind of know what's happening. But here we go. Let's call the goal because it happened.
Who do you think it is?
What?
Who do you think?
It could be Suter. It could be like a right off the draw kind of thing. And that face-off going to be won by the Blues, punching it across and over to the near side. And there's your empty net goal for Robert Thomas. Gonna put the Blues up 3-1 with 24.3 to go. That is all but gonna do it. The fat lady hasn't sung yet, but she's doing her vocal warm-ups, folks. With 24.3, it would take a mini miracle here for the Wild to manage to come back. We've seen quicker goals, though. I have seen the Pens score 3 goals in 30 seconds. So, in theory, it's possible still. But it would take a massive collapse by the Blues and an incredible effort here by the Wild.
And now you got your goaltender in, so.
Yep. So we'll see. I don't think they're going to... No, they're not going to keep the goalie pulled. I was wondering if they were going to keep the goalie pulled for a chance. For a chance at an incredible comeback.
Not at this thing right here, because you don't know what you're...
Yeah, but you've already kind of lost the game unless you can get the goal quick. That was the thought process I would have had. I would have kept the goalie pulled because, you know, you've already lost the game if you let up another goal or not. You're trying to salvage a win from nothing. But the Wild, taking their medicine, they are setting back in their own end. And just like that, the St. Louis Blues are going to topple the Minnesota Wild by a final score of 3-1. Shots on goal are 24-23 in favor of the Blues. This is also their first road win since December 20th at Florida. Their first road win in over 2 months. That is crazy. Buchnevich gets his 23rd career game-winning goal. 8 points in his last 5 games as well. Player of the game on the Blues network. Just like that, Joel Hofer and Benny Boy they were embracing a little bit. Joel and Benny. Oh, man. But with that being said, I do think I am going to wrap up this stream here so I can get a couple of other things coordinated for tonight. If you guys did enjoy the stream, man, drop a like, drop a sub. Much love to Yins. We did hit that minor goal. So up next, we're gunning for the big 750. And remember, I did make a bet with Yins. If we hit 1,000 subs before the start of Stanley Cup playoffs, we will do another NASCAR stream. But that's all in your hands now. So, with that,
Let's go NASCAR. Let's go NASCAR. Let's go NASCAR.
You got anything else you want to tell the people, Dad?
No, just let's go NASCAR.
All right, well, with that, I will catch you guys next time. We'll be live tomorrow for the Flyers taking on the Maple Leafs around 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and we'll catch you guys then. Peace out and have a good one.